my name is Jesslyn, and this is a video on graphing inequalities. So we are going to look at how to graph an inequality, graphing a linear inequality. So first of all, we need to know what these signs mean. So this is less than and greater than sign. So if you see a less than or greater than sign, we're gonna have a dashed line or a dotted line. So it's going to be when we graph the line, because you graph linear inequalities just like you do linear equations, except instead of drawing a solid line, you're going to graph a dotted line. Unless it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, then you draw a solid line. So you'll draw a solid line, and it'll look just like the equations, except it'll be a line. So it'll, a solid line, except you will have shading either above or below it, and I'll teach you that in just a minute. That's the only difference between an inequality, a linear inequality, and a linear equation. You graph them just the same. So for example, if we had, x plus 2y is less than or equal to 8, so less than or equal to 8. So in this case, we have it in standard form. Again, you could change it to slope-intercept form if you wanted to. It's in standard form. I'm going to leave it that way because I taught you how to graph it in standard form. You can graph the slope, negative a over b. So 1, that's a. So a is 1. Because it was understood, B is 2, and then C is 8. So go watch the video in standard form and how to graph it if you want to know. So slope is negative A over B, so negative 1 over 2, so that's our slope. And then we can either do x-intercept or y-intercept. Y-intercept is just C over B, so C over the number in front of the y. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that's the y-intercept. And then the slope is negative 1 over 2. Okay, so I'm going to graph that. So for y-intercept, so 1, 2, 3, 4, go up. Graph it a little bit. And so we went up to the 4, and then slope negative 1 over 2. That negative can go to either one. I like to give it to the top usually. So if I say negative 1, that means I go down 1 because it's rise over run. So I go down 1 and to the right 2. So down 1 to the right 2. Down 1 to the right 2. Once you, down 1 to the right 2. Sorry. Ooh, it's not that one. So down 1 and to the right 2. So once you go a couple, you can do it. Now this is going to be a solid line because it's an or equal to. So I'm going to draw that solid line, and I've graphed the line. Now the only thing different is that we're going to shade either above or below the line. So the reason, or what you need to do to decide whether you shade to above or below, is I pick the point 0, 0 always. Unless it goes through it, then you can't pick it. But most of the time, it doesn't go through it. It's 0, 0. So I'm gonna plug in the point 0, 0 to see if it makes a true statement. So 1 times 0 plus 2 times 0 is less than or equal to 8. So basically we have 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 8. 0 is less than or equal to 8. We have a true statement when we plug in 0, 0, which means that here's 0, 0, which means I'm going to shade the side that 0, 0 is included since it makes a true statement. So I'm shading this side, and that is how you graph linear inequalities. Let's do another example. Let me change this. So here we go. We have 2x minus 3y is greater than 12. So 3x minus 2y is greater, 2x minus 3y is greater than 12. And Again, this is in standard form, so I'm going to graph it that way. My a is the coefficient of the x, which is 2. My b is the coefficient of the y, which is -3. And c is the constant, which is 12. So slope is negative a over b. So my slope is negative a over b, which is -2 over -3, which is just 2/3, because the negative and negative is a positive. And then I am going to do my y-intercept again. 12c over b, 12 over -3 is -4, so that's my y-intercept, -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, got to graph -4 on the y-axis. So, and then I am going to do the slope of 2, 3. So that means up 2, to the right 3. Up 2, to the right 3. And now we look at this, since it's just a greater than sign, it's going to be a dotted sign, or a dotted line, not sign. A dotted line, so dot, 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 dotted line going through those. And then I'm gonna plug in the point 0, 0 to x, so x and y. So 2 times 0, and then 3 times 0 is greater than 12. So we have 2 times 0, 0, 3 times 0, 0 is greater than 12. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 is greater than 12. And this makes a false statement. It makes a false statement. That means the side of the 0, 0 is not going to be shaded. It means that the other side is going to be shaded. And this is how you graph linear inequalities. Thank you for watching.